Damn.
Alright, so we got a chronograph here. I'm just gonna be loading the first 20 rounds, 10 shot magazine each, because that's all we have. We'll get more down the road maybe, but anyway, this is what we're talking about with the regulator issue, which is not a big thing, but the noise is it's not a big issue, but it is annoying, and also it should it be refined and corrected, that extreme spread of 18 that we mentioned, it would even be lower. But so kind of like a clue to what the issue is, there's that sound that I mentioned, and I'll do a chronograph show here, but pay attention to the sound when I shoot, okay, because that's one of the issue that I mentioned. Here we go. The first one is not going to be there, but after that it will be there. It's like a twangy, springy sound, and it's the regulator. It's nothing else on the rifle. Oh, safety off.
836.
That's what I mean. It's a reg problem.
868.
See?
890. 888. 887. 887. 893. 895. 894. 893. 898. 889. 891. 893. 888. 888. 890. 890. 886. 890.
All right, so you folks heard that sound. It's like a spring of sort. Now, should we wait a little while? While I'll fill this up? You'll notice that it was pretty much consistent at about 890, 888. Okay, but if we wait a little while, you'll notice that depending on the length of how long you've waited and settled, it'll pretty much be even lower. That extreme spread will be even lower. I mean, definitely a regulator creep problem. Okay, but should that be addressed, and as well as that annoying sound that shouldn't be there? So you can see here that didn't take very much, but again, that very first shot string that you see, that 836 and 868, that was like waiting from all the way from the last time we shot it, which was last night, right? We shot it last night. It settled up to now. It is 10 a.m. and it's 8:36, and it should be about 8:90. Okay, so you can see here it's pretty much consistent. 889, 891, 893, 888, 888, 890, 890, 886, 890. I mean, extreme spread of 4, like I was saying. But watch, the 21st shot, we're done here. And keep listening to that sound as well, that twangy sound. It's not so much twanging, but clickety clacky, like a loose spring of something. But watch the 21st shot, what I was talking about, and that's what you get due to reg leak or reg creep.
865. 880. 883. 888. 878. 883. 884. 893. 886. 886. 893. 890. 894. 895. 888. 888. 891.
Bring it
896.
closer so they can hear that sound.
895. 895.
Yep, definitely annoying. But you can see it's pretty much consistent, yeah. Again, because of depending on how long you've left it, the reg creep is there, and that extreme spread would significantly be higher. Okay, and this one have settled for a good amount of hours. And should we fill this up right now to max, which is 300 bar, and do a shot string, only the first shot, the 20 only the first shot, the 21st shot, the 41st shot, every other time we fill it, and the first shot of each round will be lower, okay, because of that reg problem. It's a reg issue, but the gun is accurate and consistent. And again, should we fill it up now and do a shot string of 104, you'll get a much more significant drop in extreme spread and better shot-to-shot consistency. Much better. But the longer you let it settle, then the regulator needs to catch up again, right? But that's that. You heard that sound. That's annoying. It's not so much of a problem, but yes, the reg creep is definitely a big issue. It is a warranty problem, I feel, but that's just what we wanted to mention. Yeah. All right. Okay, so as you can see here, that's the fill. We just filled it to 300 bar, but that's the variance we're talking about. Like I said, it's about 325, so 25 bar is it's what's reading on the gauge, but in actuality it's actually 300 bar. So we're gonna go ahead and fill, we're gonna do a shot string as comparison to earlier. All right, so just to show you that it hasn't been sitting, just a comparison from what happens if it sits overnight, and then to if you just shot it and then filled it and then you do a shot consistency. So you'll see here that the very first shot after we because there's a period of gap, there will be, the first shot is going to be significantly bigger, and that's where you get your extreme spread as well.
864. 887. 885. 890. 892. 890. 888. 884. 885. 888.
All right, next magazine, but you hear that sound still.
891. 886. 891. 891. 890. 893. 896. 894. 898. 900.
All right, so we're gonna fill it. You'll see that it's about pretty much consistent. You know, it's pretty much consistent, more consistent than the previous, but we're gonna fill it and you'll see that it definitely there's a regulator problem. Okay, where tuning could be a problem. You're chasing your own tail trying to tune, and you're pretty much not able to find that sweet spot because the regulator has inconsistencies. Well, that's if you wait a while. So like right now we just gave it a shot. It's now 20 I mean it's 10:28, but we just got a minute of gap, just about, and I'll do the 21st shot now and you'll see that there's a difference. It'll drop again because of the reg creep.
897. 891.
Well, maybe we didn't wait that long, but yeah, there's definitely an issue though.
897. 893. 896. 894. 891. 893. 890.
Nope, it didn't record one shot.
892. 890. 896. 891. 889. 883. 894. 893. 890. 886.
It's like the noise kind of somewhat diminished a little bit. But anyway, it's, yeah, the noise is definitely there. But so with that said, tuning wise, should you wait a while and then shoot it again the following day? There's gonna be a significant gap. So it looks like the break-in period, I might have to go back and retune now, because I see my shot consistency here. Out of 39, I have a 36 variance and a 6 standard deviation. So I'll retune again and then see where we're at. I think there's that breaking period now where I've shot a significant amount, and so I'm gonna retune again and see if I can keep it consistent of course, with the keeping in mind that there's a regulator problem. But yeah, I'll definitely try and retune now. But just to give you folks a kind of like a view of what we were talking about with regulator and that odd sound that shouldn't be there. But yeah, definitely annoying. But yes, there's reg creep causing inconsistencies, that sort of deal. So if you wait a while, then there's a problem. Yeah, the other one was much more even a bigger problem, the other Prophet that we had. But at least we can tune this one to some degree, much more consistent than the other one, where the other one we couldn't even get it to anywhere close to a consistency. I mean, extreme spread of 100 plus, and standard deviation of like 60 or something. It was crazy. But anyway, that's that. Hopefully, this gives you a better insight of what we were trying to say. All right. So overall, are we happy? Our closing points here, are we happy with this purchase? Yes. Should there have been a lack of support from the dealer or from the manufacturer, then we would not, obviously, because technically that's what you would want. That's the main reason why people should purchase things, is because of customer service, right? That support, that even after you purchase the product, they'll back it. So we're super happy. But again, before that, let's mention the other thing. I forgot to mention, I skipped this part completely over. New model. Because it's a new model, the thing that we don't like is, because it's a new model, the aftermarket parts are not so readily available. But because it shares pretty much the same design concept as the Priest, which is still fairly new as well, the aftermarket industry or third-party support is not really there. So that's one of the dislikes. But again, that's not significant into a person's purchase. That's why I skipped over it. But I just want to mention that there. Okay. But yeah, would we purchase again? Of course. Would we purchase more rifles from RTI Arms and from Air Guns of Arizona because they're the dealer for it? Yes, of course. Are we really happy with it? Yes, most definitely, because it's freaking accurate and we cannot wait to get out there and take it out to the field and stretch its legs to farther than our zero, because we had such a short time to zero it, and we were so curious that we wanted to take and zero it, but the distance was not that far. We normally zero at about 70, but we'll keep this zero for the meantime, because that means it would be accurate at, if we're at 45 yards, which is approximately 51 meters. 51 meters equates to about 51 or so yards. Our zero should be our second zero, or I don't know if you would call that second zero, but yeah. But it should be about 20 yards, which is about where we like to stay for game anyway. Make sure but again, it's super accurate. From what our experience, it's not pellet fuzzy. Everything we threw at it that we know we have experience with, that it should be accurate for majority of our rifles, because that's what we have on hand. That's why we purchased a significant amount of those ammunitions and grain weights. It's very accurate. No freaking flyers. Okay, not one flyer. That is crazy. Every other rifle has flyers. This one, for some freaking reason, does not have flyers. But we shall see. We shall see down at further distances, because it's such a short distance, 51 yards, right? It's such a short distance that that's not telling us much. Where we like our rifles is testing to 100 and 150 yards. We want to make sure that it's accurate there, getting sub MOA or lower, then we know that we can take it to the field. But because this is pellet on pellet at 51 yards, what's to say at 100 yards if we double that? But only time will tell. We'll take it out to the field. We're happy as hell with it. Upcoming videos we'd like to mention is the first trial, a comparison with the Oregon, which will be a direct comparison with regards to trigger, build quality, accuracy, price point, support, that sort of deal. I mean, the whole works. We'll go through a comparison with it, adjustability, tuning, you know, build, the whole works, but comparison. Another video we'll be doing, like how we did with the Oregon, is a component breakdown and teardown, as well as a adjustment and tuning, and then of course the final conclusion to the series of videos to come, which will be finalized by a 1-year review, right, for that reliability, that sort of deal, which the Oregon, so stay tuned for that as well. It's well overdue. The wife have been bugging me about it, but the Oregon have been well overdue. It's been well over a year we've had it, and that's coming down the pipe as well for a reliability and where it's at currently today, with regards to tune upgrades, blah blah blah, and so on and so forth with the Oregon. So stay tuned for that as well. Hope this video was informative and gave you folks some in-depth knowledge about what to expect with RTI Arms and the product itself. But yes, definitely, as you see it here, fitted with the we keep calling it the D word, but it's the silencer moderator. It's the Hug-It steel. Stay tuned for another video of that. There is something surprising coming with what we've discovered with the Hug-It steel. But again, as you see fitted here in its complete form, it is 10.8 pounds. It's fairly light. It's good. I mean, 10.8 pounds is nothing to completely brag about, but with other rifles out there, they're heavier. Okay, but definitely a light gun. Okay, fully fitted, 10.8 pounds. That's measured accurately over and over and over, and we always get 10.8 pounds. Okay, so with that said, stay tuned for the rest of the upcoming videos, and we'll see you folks on the next one. Yeah.
People on YouTube, you call me a homo, but you think I step by this? Well, that shit is a no-go. You're all coming,